Hello, this is video number 5 and the last one in the series about happiness as a choice. And I would like to talk to you about strategies for happier life. I will cover topics such as resetting reference points, outsmarting hedonic adaptation, and rethinking awesome stuff. Let's go. So, how do you reset reference points? One of the ways to do that is to re experience the before. So just think about a time when you didn't have this job, this relationship, this car that you have, and that will bring you back into appreciative mode for what you have right now. Concretely observe the reference point means really look into what it takes and what it feels like to have what you want, this job, this car, for example, or even being in a relationship. So being in a relationship would mean you have less time for personal hobbies or something. Or about my personal experience, I like sports cars. I think they look really great and they drive fast and all. However, when I started looking into them like closer, and like trying them out, whatever, I figured out that it's very hard to get inside the car and outside, get out of the car, especially when I'm wearing heels. So I figured probably not. I don't want a sports car right now. Another way is to avoid social comparison. We all do this there is nothing wrong with it, and it's natural. However, when you start noticing that you're socially comparing yourself, whether on social media or in like social settings when you meet up with friends, there is a technique called stop. Literally, either say that out loud or in your head, just say stop, and that will be it. Interrupt the consumption. Take a break between consuming something, whatever it is, whether it's watching a movie or hanging out with friends or eating something delicious. If you eat desserts all day long for many, many days, it will get old. You will get bored of the sugar, maybe get diabetes too. But just interrupt the consumption, take a break so that when you go back, you will experience the excitement of going back. And similarly, increase the variety. It's very similar to interrupting the consumption. For example, if you like vanilla ice cream and you always eat only that, it will get old, you will get used to it, and will not feel as excited every time you eat it. So if you take a break and eat a chocolate ice cream or strawberry ice cream one day, the next time you go back to vanilla ice cream, you will re experience that excitement. Oh, yeah, this is the flavor I like. So, outsmarting the hedonic adaptation, how do we do that now? Hedonic adaptation, if you remember, is a mechanism that our brain has to get used to the positive or negative stimulus so that the effects are not as damaging for ourselves. It's good with negative stimulus, but with positive, it means we get used to good stuff too, and we start taking things for granted. So, how do we deal with that? Savoring. Savoring is a really great technique. It means fully immersing in the experience, fully being present and consuming that experience like with your whole body, mind, and soul. Say you're meeting up with a friend, you just put away all the phones, like just be there, connect with them, or spending time with your significant other or children, or even when you're watching a sunset. Good way to do this is set up a time and like plan to enjoy this particular time and remove all the distractions and just immerse there. Another technique is negative visualization. It comes from Stoic philosophers, Stoic Roman philosophers, and curious fact, I'm recording this video in Rome, so maybe they're talking through me to you. um, they suggested that you visualize some negative scenarios, like worst case or worst case scenarios in your life. And once you do that, once you come back to reality, you'll be, oh wow, thank you so much that I don't have that, and you'll start being more appreciative of everything you have, and not have, especially not having those worst case scenarios in your life. Live the day like it's your last one. It's a really great one too. Imagine that you knew that today is your last day. how would you like to live it? What would you like your interactions with your loved ones to be? What would you like your last conversation to be? And I also compare it to graduation goggles when you're in last year of college and you realize that you will no longer have the student life. You kind of reconsider your affection to student life and you re-fall in love with it. So I'm inviting you to re-fall in back in life, re-fall in love with life. Express gratitude. This is an amazing one. Thing is, our brain cannot focus on more than two things at a time. So when we focus on gratitude, we cannot focus on what's lacking. And also, we start noticing things that we do have in our lives that we're grateful for. And this really contributes to our well being. And rethinking awesome stuff. So nothing wrong with thinking that another Gucci bag or Prada designer dress is cool and is going to make you happy. It might. It's just the effects will not last as long as you want them to, and they will not be as strong as if you invest in experiences, for example. So I'm suggesting you invest in experiences, not stuff. And there are a few reasons. So one of the reasons is when it's an experience, there is an anticipation period. Say you're planning a vacation or you're planning some event or attending a concert, and there is anticipation building up, and you experience those positive emotions. Then there is the experience itself. Um, and you live those positive emotions. And afterwards, every time you tell someone about this experience, you relieve those positive emotions. So it's at least three times more positive emotions that you get from experiences compared to stuff. So consider this. Express kindness. This is something that just contributes to our well-being, and we don't realize this, that being kind to someone sends our brain a signal that we are in abundance, that we are happy and we are safe, and it's really great contributor to contentment and well-being. Enhance social connections. I cannot stress this enough. The longest Harvard study on humans um, showed that the best predictor of mental and physical health at age 80 is the quality of relationships at age 50. So relationships are super important for us. That's why enhancing social connections is very important. Try reaching out to a friend that you haven't talked to for a while, or call your loved ones or friends or parents. And also healthy practices, for sure, they are very important because otherwise we are low on energy, and when we're low on energy it's very hard to enjoy life in general. So exercise, great dopamine boost, lowers cortisol levels. Sleep at least 7 8 hours if possible, and healthy eating, those are all great contributors to our well-being. And when we are well, we make our surrounding well, and we're better humans for our family, friends, and for ourselves. Thank you so much for listening. I hope to see you next time. Like the video, subscribe, and have a good day.